Previously on When Calls the Heart.
So you're saying Pike was framed or took the fall for Montague?
Get on board, Mr. Doyle. This resort is a wonderful opportunity.
Word around town is that you can't be trusted not to just turn around and take all the profits.
You and Jacob used to be close.
And then he decided that somehow I crossed him, and he didn't want to speak to me anymore.
Congratulations, lady.
Yeah, thank you.
Lucas just made me mayor.
What?
I'd rather have her as a friend than not have her in my life at all.
May, I want to be a part of your life. Your whole life.
I want that too, Mike. Thank you for being here.
There's nowhere else I'd rather be.
At what point did I stop feeling only grief when I thought about you? And begin feeling gratitude instead? Gratitude for the time we had together, for our wonderful son, and for the sense that you are always with me.
I'm ready, Mom.
Look at you. You look so handsome.
Here, let me help you.
Should we bring balloons?
Balloons?
For Daddy's birthday.
Oh, I think that's a great idea. I was thinking we could bring some flowers, too. Let's go. Today, of all days, I feel you near. I know Jack Jr. does, too. And I hope you know you'll always have a special place in my heart, no matter what the future brings.
It's more than just That's a solid lead.
Clayton Pike worked for Union City Holdings, which happens to be owned by Bernhard Montague.
Our lead suspect.
We may think that he's a suspect, but as far as the rest of the world is concerned, Montague has been cleared and Pike acted alone.
But it's a connection between the two, and we both know a connection like that deserves a follow-up.
But where's the proof? And honestly, right now, headquarters has got bigger fish to fry.
Who's Casimir Shaw?
Chicago papers are full of him, a big-time rum runner. This is a transcript of an interview done with Clayton Pike's mother. Buried in there is an alibi for him. Now, why hasn't that seen the light of day?
The investigators considered this, but then Pike confessed. Besides, it's from his mother. And they were worried that she didn't have all her faculties.
Still, it may be worth looking into.
Well, if someone were interested, she lives in Union City.
Where are all the bids for the resort?
It doesn't help that someone's spreading slander about it.
We have to put a stop to these rumors.
No, the rumors are like mushrooms. You think you got them all ferreted out, and then they just pop up somewhere else.
Montague might still be interested. And there is the bid from Ms. Aucoin and her associates. I mean, it is quite substantial.
Edwin, as I have already stated, those two bids are off the table.
Might I remind you that this resort is the centerpiece of your grand vision. You've promised prosperity and jobs.
And I am committed to fulfilling that promise. Just not with either of them.
Yeah, I understand your aversion to Montague. I share it, but why is it you are so against Jeanette Aucoin? I mean, other than your personal relationship.
You're just gonna have to trust me when I say we do not want to get into business with her.
Even if it means the resort doesn't happen?
That's not an option either.
Do you think Daddy can see us, Mama?
I like to think he's always watching over us, Jack.
Me too. How do we make it so the balloons don't float away?
That's a very good question. Maybe you could find a rock somewhere to tie them to.
Okay.
Okay. He's really been looking forward to your birthday. It's all he's talked about for days. You'd be so proud of him. Our boy's growing up.
Who are you?
Tom!
Hello, Elizabeth.
Oh, here, let me take these. It's so good to see you.
You too.
Oh, here, Jack. Come meet your uncle.
It's nice to finally meet you, Jack.
Jack, this is your Uncle Tommy, your daddy's brother.
Nice to meet you.
You too. You look so much like your dad when he was your age.
How do you know?
Because we grew up together. So this is it.
I'm so glad you were finally able to visit.
It's Daddy's birthday.
I know.
Jack, why don't we give your Uncle Tommy a moment? You and I can tie these balloons to your rock, okay?
Hey, baby.
Jacob hasn't responded to your letter.
No, he has not.
You did the right thing. It would be wonderful if you two started speaking again after all these years.
Would be if he bothered to write back.
In this letter, did you apologize?
No. But I left the door open. No reply.
Give it time. He may surprise you.
Not gonna hold my breath. That's for you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry I didn't call first.
Oh, that's all right. School's out. I got plenty of time. Just wish we could have convinced you to stay with us.
Thanks, Elizabeth. I've already checked in the hotel with all my wares. Got myself a real job. Kind of a salesman these days.
What do you sell?
Happiness.
Oh, my.
That's what they tell us to say. It's actually sheet music. I play songs for people, and if they like it, I sell them the music.
Huh.
I'm actually pretty good at it.
Jack always said you had a lovely voice.
When I wasn't wasting it singing in bar rooms. Or, I mean, the bathtub.
It all sounds very exciting.
J.B. Sweeney Publishing and Musical Promotions is quite the place to be.
New York, San Francisco, Hamilton, very impressive.
Yeah, Mr. Sweeney is the best. I actually helped him scout new acts. I've been signing up some local choirs for a festival in Salt Lake City.
Oh, is that right?
I can go myself, Mommy.
I know that you can. Go on in, have fun with your friends.
I'll see you at lunch.
Bye.
So, I read about the governor and you breaking up.
Yes. Big news.
We're friends. I'm really happy with how my life is now.
I'm glad. Is that Nurse Carter? She's still here.
Well, she's a doctor now.
I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. She took good care of me
After you took my father's car on the joyride with my sister?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping you'd forgot about that.
You know, Jack may never have told you this, but he always knew you'd find your way. And when you did, the sky would be the limit. He believed in you. I believe in you. And I'm really glad you're here.
When did this happen?
It's been in the works for a while.
They say you can't stop progress.
I like it. You know, it rolls off the tongue.
They're not changing the uniforms, are they?
Over my dead body.
Remember somewhere the sun is shining, and so the right thing to do is make.
Tom Thornton!
Rosemary. Hi. Hey, young man, when did you roll into town? I just got here.
He was in the area. Today's Jack's birthday. Of course it is.
and I had no idea you were such a good singer.
Oh, he is. Of course, I was always more of a soloist, but growing up, Tom preferred duets, particularly with a Mary Winfield, as I
Amongst
recall.
others. Lucas, come say hi to Tom. This is Jack Thornton's little brother. Tom, this is Governor Lucas Bouchard.
Governor, pleasure.
The pleasure's all mine. Your brother's quite the legend around here.
Yeah, I'd imagine. So, what brings you to town?
Well, Tom is working for a big fancy music publisher selling sheet music.
Oh, you don't say. Hey, you wouldn't happen to have a copy of When Irish Eyes Are Smiling, would you?
Oh, that's one of Lee's favorites.
Yes, it is. Putty in your hands every time you sing it to me.
Well, then by all means, we should get a copy.
I think I might have one. Excellent.
You weren't kidding when you said you sold happiness.
There you go. You're in luck.
Thank you.
Well, don't forget to pay me, yes?
By the sea, by the sea, by the beautiful sea, you and I, oh, how happy we'll be.
Thought I heard music. Who knew Hope Valley was such a hotbed of talent?
Aren't they great? Girls, this is Mr. Thornton. It's little Jack's uncle. And he also works in the music business.
As a matter of fact, I'm scouting choirs for a festival in Salt Lake City.
We have a choir. My mother's the director.
Is that right? You didn't mention this.
You should scout us.
Oh, well.
Oh, Scout must have thought you were calling him. Oh, Dad, guess what? Mr. Thornton's a musical talent scout.
Thornton?
Tom is Jack's brother. Tom, this is Nathan Grant.
Pleased to meet you, Constable.
Same.
He's going to scout the choir.
Oh, you girls, Mr. Thornton did not say that.
Angela, let's go tell your mom.
Did you know Jack well?
No, I never met him. I was assigned here after he passed.
And Hope Valley has been lucky to have you here.
Uncle Tom, raise you.
Ready, set.
Oh! Hey, no fear.
Go get him.
Come on, Jack. I'm gonna beat you. I heard you were fast.
Well, he seems like a nice guy.
He is. He's here because today is Jack's birthday.
Oh. Elizabeth, I'm sorry.
It's all right. Tom surprised us. This is the first time he's visited Jack's grave.
Really?
I think it's complicated for him. He and Jack didn't always see eye to eye. Tom had some run-ins with the law when he was younger, so I think maybe he feels like he's still in Jack's shadow.
Well, I can sympathize with that.
I don't think of you as being in anyone's shadow.
Really?
I should go catch up with Tom and little Jack.
Yeah, I'll see you later then.
Hope so.
That stings.
Oh, I know, sweet pea. There we are.
Grandma always kisses Allie's better.
There you go. While you're here, why don't we check to make sure everything else is okay? Turn your head to the side. Everything looks pretty good in there. Except, wait. Lily, your brain. It's huge!
I don't believe you.
I am not kidding. I have no idea how you fit it all in there.
Okay, now listen to my heart.
Wait a minute. Where is my... You stole my stethoscope. Do you know what the penalty is for crime in Hope Valley? 20 tickles!
Tom?
I wasn't sure you'd remember me, Faith.
Of course I do. It is so good to see you.
You too. And who's this?
I'm Lily.
Nice to meet you, Lily. Figures you'd make a great mom.
Oh, no, Lily is not my... She's staying with me for the time being. How long are you in town?
Only a few days. Maybe we catch up before I leave.
How about lunch?
Lunch it is. Maybe you could come too, Lily.
Sure.
Great.
The cafe, 1 o'clock?
See you there.
Hey, you wanted to see me?
Yes. I might need your help.
Sure, anything, you know that.
Well, we need more bidders for the resort.
Okay, so how many you got? Yikes. Okay, well, what about the big developers? I mean, with the water project, I must have had a half a dozen contact me for a lumber bid. Did you try them?
We have, and they all declined.
Declined? Really?
No, we need someone, anyone to build. You know the business. I was hoping you might help me scare up some bidders.
Well, I can certainly try. Sure, yeah. I'll start asking around today.
Thank you, Lee.
Of course. Yeah.
Oh, and one more favor.
Stop. I don't tell Rosemary everything.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Quick lunch and then right back to daycare, right?
I love it when we have lunch together.
Well, you can thank Mr. Thornton.
Thank you, Mr. Thornton.
Hello, Faith. Lily, glad you could both make it. Please.
Right over here.
There you go. Now here, the special today is hot turkey sandwiches.
Yummy.
Coffee, Faye?
Please.
Minnie, what's going on?
Nothing. More coffee?
I'm fine, thanks. Is something...
I'm Minnie Canfield, the director of the Hope Valley Choir.
I met your lovely daughter today.
Yes, I heard. Angela mentioned something about a choir festival in Salt Lake City, and some choir members and I were wondering if you'd let us audition for you.
Yes, we should, absolutely.
Well, Mrs. Canfield.
Oh, Minnie, please.
Minnie, I'm so sorry, but the festival's only a couple weeks away.
Oh, but you haven't heard us.
Really very accomplished.
Everyone says so.
Thanks to our wonderful director.
It's all of us together. Everyone's worked so hard.
It does sound awfully exciting.
Look, there is one spot left. And I do have a call with my boss tonight. If you really are that good.
Oh, we are. Truly.
We'd be so grateful for a chance to try out.
Maybe you could audition for him over the telephone. But please, don't get your hopes up. Mr. Sweeney has very high standards.
Of course, as do we.
Oh, indeed.
Oh, come on, Lawrence. This is a good deal. The government donates the land, you put up the resort, then you sit back and you reap the profits. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Is there anybody else that you could recommend? No, we already tried them. Yeah, I know, I appreciate that. Okay, well, thanks for taking my call. Yeah, bye.
Who's ever heard of an emergency choir meeting?
Minnie said something about a festival in Salt Lake City, of all places.
Oh, Tom.
Tom is involved?
Let's hope he knows what he's doing.
Given his history.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he'll surprise us.
We can't be ready to audition by tonight.
Or maybe ever.
I need something to wear.
Oh, it's over the telephone.
Well, there's no time to rehearse, and we're short a tenor.
Well, we'll perform one of our favorite standbys, and the tenors will just have to sing louder.
Yes, Rosemary, Elizabeth, what do you think of auditioning?
I take it you've spoken with Tom?
Oh, of course. We'll be singing for his boss over the telephone tonight.
Tonight?
Imagine taking the stage in Salt Lake City.
Why rehearse twice a week if we're not willing to shine our light?
But we all have to agree. Can I see a show of hands? Well, Elizabeth, Rosemary.
Salt Lake City, here we come.
Wonderful.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Mr. Sweeney, what did you think? That's what I think too. There's something special. Yes, sir. I'll get right on it. So long. You're in.
Oh my goodness. Can't believe it.
So proud of you, baby.
I'm proud of all of us.
Oh, so what happens next?
First, I take down your names, and then I collect the entry fee. $65. $5 each.
Do we have to pay for the train on top of that?
Look, I know this is a lot of money. There's no pressure to sign up at all.
But J.B. Sweeney wants us! We may never get another chance like this again.
Still, it's $5.
There are prizes. $300 if you win.
When you put it that way.
Tomorrow is the deadline, though, so if you want to do this, you'll have to act fast.
I'll have to borrow some from my brother.
Florence and I can lend the money to anyone who's short.
Oh, that's so kind.
Looks like we're going to Salt Lake City.
Great.
Oh,
Just don't send me there.
Well, what do you think? He does have business cards. Elizabeth. I don't know. You're the performer.
Maybe you're right. Maybe the Tom we once knew is the Tom of old. Time to take a leap of faith. All the way to Salt Lake City.
Exciting, isn't it?
Well, it certainly is.
It's one of the biggest festivals in the country. And Mr. Thornton's boss thinks we're good enough to compete.
Wow, that's very exciting. Salt Lake City. Tell me more about this, Mr. Sweeney.
Also, I need $5.
How much?
The entry fee for the festival. Everyone is pitching in.
Allie, hold on.
Dad, this can't wait.
$5 is a lot of money.
Mr. Thornton, Tom, he needs to get the money to Mr. Sweeney by tomorrow.
Who is this Mr. Sweeney?
He's this big music promoter. I told you we had to audition for him, and he said really good. And if you don't believe me, ask the choir. They're meeting tomorrow.
Mayor Coulter?
Hey.
Okay, what have you got for me? Any bids?
Well, I don't know what to tell you, Lucas. I just talked to 3 different guys who would normally jump at this kind of an opportunity, and sadly, no takers.
I see. Did they give any particular reason?
No. In fact, they were all very vague.
You know, I've been thinking. What about a local bid?
Local? Well, the only people with the resources to make a local bid would be you, me, or Henry. And unfortunately, we all have conflict of interest issues. I'm the mayor, you're the governor, and Henry works for you.
Well, I'll just have to think of something.
I'm sure you will.
And that is all but one of us paid up.
We are just waiting on... Oh, here's Nathan now.
So Allie says that this choir festival costs money.
Yes, it's $5 each.
Why the rush?
Well, there's only one slot left, and Tom needs the money today.
There'll be travel expenses on top of this, though. Train fare, accommodations.
Well, we can ask the other towns how they're raising funds. Maybe a bake sale.
Or a churchyard fair, or something at the school. Elizabeth?
I have to say, I agree with Nathan's concern about how quickly we're being asked to decide.
Well, Tom says things move fast in his business.
And we have to wire the money by 4.
Okay. Well, here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. I still have some questions.
Then let's go find Tom.
Yeah? You said Tom had history.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago.
Well, maybe I'm overthinking things. But it is my job to overthink things.
He would never do something underhanded. Though he did get in over his head sometimes.
Well, maybe we could just go ask for some assurances.
Okay, but can you just try not to be such a Mountie just this once?
There you are. Thank you so much. Enjoy.
Hi.
Hi. Everything okay?
We just have some questions about the festival.
Oh. I thought I'd explained everything already.
Allie keeps talking about a Mr. Sweeney. Who is that?
Oh, he's a big impresario. Everybody wants to work with him.
How long have you worked for him?
A few months. What are you really asking?
Tom.
Once a screw up, always a screw up, right?
No.
I wasn't assuming.
Look, your choir approached me. They wanted me to sign them up.
That's true. You're absolutely right.
I swear everything's on the level. Elizabeth, you gotta know, I would never do anything to put you at risk.
I know.
I'll take your word for it.
Ned should have the money all together for you.
Okay. Well, I'll let Mr. Sweeney know it's on its way.
Well, I hope the trip to Union City is worth it. Do you really think that you're going to get anything out of Pike's mother that isn't already in that report?
Well, I won't know unless I ask her. Now, Lee, don't be late picking up Goldie from daycare.
Rosie, Goldie's going to be just fine.
It's just it's the first time I've ever not been in the same town as her.
Wasn't it you who about an hour ago was trying to convince me that this was nothing?
True.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I suppose I should take my own advice.
Well, if there's one thing I've learned in my 8 years of marriage to you, it's that it's usually spot on.
Usually?
Yeah, usually, and you're lucky to get that.
Well, here it is.
Yep.
Be sure to give Goldie an extra hug and a kiss from me, please.
Be back in no time and you can hug her yourself, okay?
Hold on there.
Bill, what are you doing?
Well, what does it look like? I'm going with you to meet Mrs. Pike.
But I'm right here.
Hazel Pike?
That's me.
What are you doing here?
A lady reporter invited me. She's going to prove that my son Clayton is innocent.
Huh. Well, Mrs. Pike? Mm-hmm. Meet lady reporter.
Take this. Rosemary Coulter, at your service.
Oh.
Mrs. Pike, I'm sorry if there was any confusion. Here, have a seat. But when we spoke on the telephone, I did say that I was coming to visit you.
Oh, dear. I knew I should have written it down. My memory's not like it used to be. Not that it was ever very good.
Well, you are here now. That's all that matters.
When someone says they're ready to listen to me, someone from the press, no less. Are you from the press, too?
No. No. I am just an interested party.
Oh. Good for you, dear. It's rare to see a woman in charge.
Now, in your statement you gave the police, You said you could prove Mr. Pike didn't shoot the governor.
Clayton, why won't anyone call him by his name?
Of course, I'm sorry. Clayton.
He was my miracle baby, you know. They told me I would never be able to have children. But then along came my Clayton.
My husband and I just had a miracle baby of our own.
Oh, congratulations. Then you can understand how precious he is to me.
I can.
So, you believe he couldn't do it, or you know?
It couldn't have been him. He was with me the night of the election. I'd had a bad fall. It was my hip. He was by my side every day.
Then why would he confess?
The Mounties must have forced him to. They needed somebody to blame. And Clayton is a gentle soul. Oh, he writes poetry.
No, it's not common, but there is precedent. The grain shortage of '05, the rebuilding of Central Station in Union City.
Henry, listen to this.
The governor's office has access to an emergency fund, a large sum of money, if we're unable to secure a viable bid for the resort.
You're suggesting that Lucas used public funds, that the government built it.
That's right.
It will be a temporary loan.
Well, since when did your administration decide it was going to get into the hotel business? I mean, this thing could easily turn into a white elephant, and then the taxpayers are going to be on the hook.
Edwin, would you give us a minute, please? Edwin. Thank you.
Look, Lucas, I know that you're a gambler, but is this a bet you want to make?
It would only be temporary, and just enough to get the ball rolling.
What if you never find anybody to take it over? Who's going to pay for it?
Henry, you and I both know that times are changing. I just want to provide a secure future for Hope Valley. I don't want to see it being left behind. If you can think of a better way to do that, I'm all ears.
Well, perhaps the move here is to walk away. How does your son feel about the governor?
As far as I know, he voted for him.
Well, that's interesting. Mrs. Pike, I hope you don't mind me asking, but your hip seems all better?
A generous friend of Clayton's paid for the surgery. We could have never afforded it otherwise.
It's quite the friend.
Clayton met him at Mass, praying for a cure for me. It's a God-given miracle.
And when did this friend donate the money?
It was a week before Clayton was arrested. We barely got to celebrate.
Mrs. Pike, Hazel.
Oh.
Has your son ever done any after-hours work for his employer, Bernhard Montague?
Oh, no. No, Clayton's just a shift worker. He's never worked with him directly. Although, it was the nicest thing. When I was in the hospital, Mr. Montague sent flowers.
You don't say.
I put you through, Tom.
Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Sweeney, please. Yes, I'll hold.
Are you nervous?
About what?
Singing in Salt Lake City.
You were the one who wanted to.
I know. Oh, but now that it's actually happening, I mean, are we really ready to compete in a big festival?
Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer, do. I'm half crazy all for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage. I can't afford a carriage, but you'll be sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two.
Ready or not?
Here we come.
Here we come. That can't be right. I just spoke with him yesterday. No, please. This must be some misunderstanding. No, don't hang up.
Everything all right?
Yeah, fine. Did you, happen to wire that money to Mr. Sweeney?
$65, just like you told me. Did he not get it?
No, he just wasn't in his office, so I just wanted to make sure. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Oh, such a nice young man.
So then Mrs. Pike says...
Hazel.
Hazel. That she got this money for her surgery right before Pike confessed.
Clayton. But yes, exactly.
So you think Pike, Clayton, was paid to take the fall?
And who do we know with deep pockets that has a grudge against Lucas?
Not to mention the not so insignificant detail that Clayton was employed by Montague.
It's Montague. It's all right there.
He even sent flowers to Clayton's mother. How did he know what hospital she was at?
Unless he paid for the surgery. What do you make of her?
She's quirky.
But honest. I believe her.
Is she still here?
No, she had to go home to feed the cats.
We gotta talk to Pike.
But he won't talk to us.
He's being transferred to Granville this week. Maybe I can call in a favor. Get him rerouted here for the night.
Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer due. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage, I can't afford a carriage, but you'll look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two.
Oh, that's lovely. I wonder if there's a duet section to the festival.
Oh, you two have to enter.
Well, we might just.
Thank you so much again for advancing me the money.
Oh, what a friend's for.
Tom seems to be running behind. He did say to meet him here, didn't he?
Yeah, he said he'd bring our itineraries and the program for the festival.
You sure he didn't say to meet him at the hotel?
You know what? I will go see what's keeping him.
I'm pretty sure he said here.
Mike, have you seen Tom anywhere?
He checked out 30 minutes ago.
He did?
Some urgent business in Union City. He wanted to catch the midday train.
Oh, no. Nathan!
What's wrong?
It's Tom. He's gone. We were supposed to meet this morning about the festival, but Mike said he already left for the train station.
Get on.
Hold on.
Just got word. The Benson Hills Oil Company plans to file for bankruptcy.
What? That's hundreds of jobs.
Which makes it all the more imperative that the resort gets built. I mean, the unemployed are not going to vote for you.
Edwin, this is not about getting people to vote for me. This is about families not being able to afford to put food on the table.
We both agree that this resort needs to happen. Now, if you're not willing to consider the Aqua Pit, then there is only one other person that you can reconsider.
No.
Lucas? You know he can get the job done. We're out of options. I'm sorry.
Florence, I need to make a call to Union City Holdings Company for Bernhardt Montague.
must be some kind of explanation. I can't believe he would do this.
It's because he didn't.
Tom!
I already bought my ticket. I was all ready to board.
So what stopped you?
All I ever wanted was for Jack to be proud of me.
Why don't you tell us what happened?
Sweeney took off with all the money I've been sending him. No forwarding address. All that talk about me having a bright future. Maybe he just recognized the mark. I don't know.
He was a con man.
And he's turned me into one, too.
And the money from the other towns?
All those choirs. I don't know how to tell him it's all gone.
You did the right thing by not running away.
If Jack were here, he'd tell me what to do next.
Well, we're here. And we're going to find a way out of this.